And this is more against the people that enable them to get to the level where they are tortured by their body condition. There you go, there's some more deep fat cheese. You just can't get rid of everything. At the moment, I am slightly addicted to this freak show TV show. I think it must be an American thing. It's called My 600-Pound Life, and it follows a whole bunch of super ultra morbidly obese people with just monumental amounts of fat and lipodemia and lymphedema, growths all over their body from just unbelievable fat accumulation. And it's astonishing, but it is just the modern day version of a freak show. Like, this is a freak. This person here is, there's no other way to describe it. The fat, and is also, I would probably go to the level of, it's a superhuman freak. To have a body which is able to just be alive while supporting 600 pounds of fat is astonishing. And just how her heart and her lungs are able to able to deal with this is a superhuman ability. You just kind of wonder, if that person had no fat on them, the strength of their heart, the strength of their lungs, the strength of their muscles, and the strength of their bones to be able to, like, she is standing with 600 pounds. Not many people here have foot, ankles, knees, shin bones, or thigh bones that could take the weight of 600 pounds. These are super humans. And considering they're freaks, they're super freaks. However, this video is not in any way dissing the super duper morbidly obese. This is more a different question, which I propose to all of you. One of the biggest questions that you see many times in the comment sections, in fact, I'll just try and find one straight away. Here's probably not the most delicate of examples here, is fat fucking bitch. Who brings her the goddamn food? Stop giving that monster food. Okay, that's not the most PC way to describe it, but it is a valid question. And from watching all these videos, again, the people who are in this state, they are suffering from major eating disorders. There's no question about it. They delve into the food in such an emotional way, as a way of comforting themselves, when physically they've got no other way to gain the satisfaction, or there's no way for them to comfort themselves other than just eating more sugary or fatty foods. It's not like they can go for a jog around the hills, or go do something really inspiring or anything like that. It's like all they do is sit around and watch TV. So if they're feeling down, and most of them also have massive emotional or mental trauma from usually like daddy issues or molestation, or they're all totally fucked up in the head, big stuff. There's serious issues wrong with these people for them to get and continue getting this size. But still, that's not the point which I'm trying to get to. The point here is, when they're getting to this size, there is, or there has to be, a balancing act of how this person gets food and how fat they are. If they're too fat to be able to walk up the 2 stairs out of their house to get food, then clearly it is somebody else that's coming along and giving them food. And you don't need to be a medical doctor, you don't need to have an IQ of Mensa level to understand that maybe let's not feed them giant mega deep pan ultra crust pizzas and think, wonder why they're still fat. Like, these people are needing to get multiple invasive chest opening surgeries to have their stomachs ripped out of them. Family members who are kind of going, oh, but they get grumpy if I don't get them a pizza and some donuts. You kind of go, if them being grumpy because you haven't got them some pizzas and a donut is as bad as it gets compared to watching them suffer having to go to hospital, the humiliation, first of all, of having to go to hospital and all that takes in, but also the trauma of potential surgery, which is life-threatening. How many surgeries can you do where you can potentially have infections and be killed from it as well? And here, so this is Charity. What a nice name, and it's horrific.
Yeah, bring that toilet over, babe.
So this is a person who needs oxygen to breathe during the night. They need a mega-sized bed to lie down, and the maximum distance that they go from is from this bed to that sofa. The people surrounding her aren't supporting her. What they are supporting is their horrific condition that they are in. Is that not a form of, instead of self-harm, that is inflicting chronic harm? So you're not inflicting acute harm of just suddenly poking someone in the eye. That's acute harm. But chronic harm is a little bit of harm over and over and over and over and over for years and years and years, till the point where they are entrapped inside their own body. Is this not a form of not care, but actual slow, self-inducing torture? I don't know.
Okay, Walker. I'm embarrassed of my body. I don't want anybody to see it. I mean, I look completely different than anybody else, so.
Doesn't quite even look human.
I'm embarrassed of me. I know I look like a freak. From the inside, I feel normal. But when I see myself in a mirror, I feel like some monster. I have to have the restroom brought to me because my weight is more than what the toilet holds. Really? Was that necessary? Yeah. And I feel like I can't do anything on my own.
Oh, your mom needs you.
So, in this house, she's got her daughter and her fiance, her daughter's fiance, I think. Let's say both of them not quite the pictures of health. But these are the two people in the house caring.
Can't even fit in the bathtub, so I have to sponge bath. Oh, you're gonna let me up? Yeah. If my fiance and daughter didn't help me, I wouldn't be able to do anything.
Oh no, I think I got that wrong there. Did you hear that? If my fiance and daughter.
If my fiance and daughter didn't help me, I wouldn't be able to do anything.
No, that's a different. That's something else. That's something else.
I never used to take her weight seriously until a couple months ago and I actually saw how much pain she's in.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? I never used to take her weight seriously until a couple of months ago. This isn't a couple of months of like rapid weight gain. How in your mind can you not see that this is not unbelievably serious several years ago? And at the same time, have a look at yourself.
It makes me worry about her. I just want her to be healthy so she can be around.
Okay, daughter's got a nice little phrase there. I just want her to be healthy. We all want people to be healthy.
Charity makes me happy and I like being around her.
I didn't. I No. I started one of this video with, you don't need to have Mensa IQ to know that this isn't a good life choice to have. I think we got the idea of the IQ levels that we're going on with here.
Charity makes me happy and I like being around her. So I take care of her most all the time, every day. I have to make sure I stay clean everywhere because I have open sores that can get infected. I would have already healed except for my lymphedema is so heavy on my left side that it tears it back open. So they start to close and then they open. My body is literally falling apart.
Yeah, okay, your body is literally falling apart, but bravo for still being alive at this weight. That is astonishing.
I just never dreamed my life could get this bad. I had a pretty bad childhood.
So here we get the normal sob stories of childhood, got beaten, mother killed herself, alcoholic, rape, all that kind of stuff. Again, I'm not blaming the morbidly fat people. I totally understand if they are in horrific weight and mental conditions, if they're just not in the right place to follow a diet, then I understand why they're never going to be a Victoria's Secrets model. And this is more against the people that enable them to get to the level where they are tortured by their body condition.
My father was a drunk.
Yeah.
Like, I really have to have it.
I think my mom gave up on herself. I've seen my mom go down to the point where she's told us, I don't want to live anymore.
Okay, daughter here. Your mother's given up on herself. What body condition have you... Now, this is what I think, is that people in this situation, the fat enablers, or the fat trappers, maybe that's what we should call it, they're trapping their friend, their family in fat. I wonder if some of them are doing it as a whole thing for themselves, where if they go, well, I bought a pizza and my mum ate twice as much as I did, I'm not as fat as her, therefore I'm better. Or some, I think there is something of their self-image is scaled against the giganticnism of the super morbidly obese person inside the house. So if they kind of go, oh, we all ate pizza, at least we're not as fat as this person here. So I think a lot of the time that they are, it may even be subconscious, but they're kind of going, well, my diet's bad, but I'm not as fat as my mum, so therefore it can't be that bad kind of thing. And it must be my mum's fault. And in fact, I would say that that's not just in extreme situations like this. I would say you probably do get that in husband and wife situations, where maybe the wife will just kind of give the husband a little more mayonnaise or a couple more extra biscuits at the end of the day or all that kind of stuff, just so her husband isn't as good looking as he should be, so that other girls don't fancy him as much as they should or they might, kind of thing. So yeah, I think there's something about the fat enablers, the fat trappers, their own psyche, about the way that they are feeding the person, that it's about making themselves feel good, and it's going, oh, I'm really sad about my mom, oh, I really care about my mom. There you go, there's some more deep fat cheese.
For a while, she was barely hanging on for me and Tony.
Big part of why I want to lose the weight is so I can in front of me.
So then with this kind of stuff, the story goes on a bit, and the person then goes into hospital. I can't imagine the prices of this or where they're getting the money to actually pay for this, unless a TV show is paying for it. But this must be in the tens, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds for them to get this surgery. And I can't imagine them really paying this off. It's not like they have a job or anything like that, unless they do like those TV eating shows. Anyway, usually they go to hospital for like a month they're monitored, and they drop loads of weight via a calorie-restricted diet. Huh, isn't that amazing? And then they're allowed to go home, and then usually it all goes tits up. Now, this is one of the prime examples I would say about this is it's she's focused at this moment. She's like, I've had the surgery. I need to go. Oh no, she's still had the surgery, but for her to get surgery, she needs to lose a little bit more weight or some crap like that. And she is now going to tell her fat enablers to say, look, right, we need to get rid of the crappy food, this, that, and other stuff, and listen or watch the reactions of, instead of them that are going, yay, let's get you all fruit and veg and potatoes and healthy greens and low fat everything, their resistance to somebody who's like going for full-on invasive surgery. Let's see this.
And now I'm going to have to get rid of all the temptations in the house.
Are we keeping bread or are we throwing bread?
We're getting rid of it. Nothing I have in the house is good for me.
Waffle mix?
Waffle mix. And look at the size of that bag. You can build houses with that amount of concrete. Yeah, waffle mix. Do you really need to kind of say, is this good?
Get rid of just about everything is junk food or unhealthy.
Oh my lord. It's got 18 grams of sugar in it for 1 cup.
I can't have it.
Again, I'm amazed that they're just looking at this for the first time. So they've gone to the whole extent of having surgery, and only now are they thinking about, oh, let's have a look at what's actually in our food.
Can't just get rid of everything.
And here, Mr. Fiance here, you just can't get rid of everything. Not helping. Super duper here.
Yeah, we can.
You want the Alfredo sauce gone?
Yeah, get rid of it. It's not fair to them to get rid of everything. I know that there's some stuff that they like, but I want them both to be healthy.
I like how they had to blur everything out. I suppose that's because there's like sponsorship deals with the channel that they can't show stuff as being unhealthy.
You're too.
I'm not trying to gain or trying to lose.
Okay, but
So who was that? I'm not trying to gain or trying to lose. That's her fat fiance saying, I think you should also try to lose some weight at the same time, and maybe be supportive of your nearly dead wife or fiance.
I am. Honey, you'll thank me later.
Let's put it back in the car.
No, because we're getting rid of it. Sorry for your luck. I'm going extreme. I'm going hard because this is my surgery or not. It's what we have to do.
Taco shells?
Taco shells are bad.
Taco shells are bad. Yeah. Do you need them? Nope.
You're nice.
Brilliant. And the fiance is like, you're not getting rid of my taco shells. It's like, oh, this is an abusive relationship.
That one is definitely bad. Throw it in the garbage. I know this isn't going to be easy, but I have to make us do this. If Charlie and Tony care about my health, they'll do it.
Now, another one I'd want to show you is somebody who is I would imagine, I assume, is the complete opposite of a fat trapper or a fat enabler. And this is somebody who, if you look here, is literally stunning. And you're thinking, hey, whoever's got this bird, he must have a fantastic personality. So you see here, very, very pretty girl. And again, no complaints in any department here. Great teeth, good nose, wonderful eyes, fantastic skin, all that kind of stuff. And what you'd be surprised about is this girl is now married to a person who is possibly the biggest weight loss turnaround and failure and slow progress back to turnaround again in the whole entire world. You may know him, or you may not know him. His name is David Elmore Smith, and this guy, you're like, I don't know David Elmore Smith. This guy was on the news for a massive show called 650 Pound Virgin, where at the time he had lost a load of weight and he had gone from 650 pounds. He had lost all his weight, astonishingly. But then he had rocketed back up to just like explosion levels, to the point where it looked like fat was just attacking the back of his neck. Like he got ripped. As in, look, skinny face. Unfortunately, skin was totally hanging off him. But now, just didn't work out so well for him. Looks great. Oh my goodness. But since then, oh, that's so unfortunate. Since then, so he blew back up to weight. But now he's got his own YouTube channel that he does it himself, and he hasn't put up anything for a while, which is a little bit annoying because it didn't look too good. He was like breaking his legs from getting in and out of the bath and all that kind of stuff. But he is on Facebook, and again, if you want to just go on his page and just check out his wife, I would say that's totally understandable. But he's getting there himself. So this is what I say is. You don't need to look at the person who's fat. It's who are the enablers. And it looks like here he has got a fantastic motivator and supporter who's supporting him in some sort of positive way. She's not a carer. She's his wife. She's got married to that. And if it's a case of lead by example or whatnot, like he'll be putting up pictures of what he eats now, and it's all kind of fairly healthy food and all that. And going on holidays and all that kind of stuff. So mentally in a much better place, and just happiness-wise in a much better place. But yeah, so that just shows that's just my kind of evidence that a lot of the time it's not you can't really say it's not the person's fault, but it's the surrounding environment that they've got, which if it's total shaming and fat promoting and fat trapping and helping someone just being ultra fat, they're really the ones to blame when it gets to this super mega morbid obesity of 650, 700, 800 pounds of monumental flab. And I think sometimes they're really good, like, could it be the case of like these people should be almost convicted for almost criminal negligence? There's a difference from making a mistake of going, oh, I bought her a pizza by accident, to I buy her a pizza every night and extra McDonald's, and we wipe her ass so she doesn't have to move anywhere. That's a whole different. And it's not like we're in a world where education isn't everywhere. Of going, maybe let's not eat full 15 pints of sugary Coke or whatever crap. Like, parents can be done for neglect of their children. Can there be another crime of torture support, entrapment support, or something? I don't know, but I do definitely think that sometimes a lot more effort needs to be put on the people that are in the surrounding environment around these people who are in horrific physiological conditions. That's my thoughts. What's yours? And tell me what you think of my 600-pound life. Are you totally addicted to it as well?